Hello everyone, my name is Ramsey Moorman. I'm a managing partner of mobility solutions with Verizon. And although Verizon might be a household name with your Android, your iPhone, your Fios, a lot of people don't know that there's many different technologies that Verizon is involved in. In fact, you might not know that Verizon is one of the largest technology companies in the world. Ultimately, we help provide technology solutions that help our clients and customers live, work, learn, and play at a whole other level. We help transform the way people, businesses, and things connect with each other through innovative communications and technology solutions. Now, Verizon is broken out into three categories: the Verizon Consumer Group, the Verizon Business Group, and the Verizon Media Group. In my position, I'm located in the Verizon Business Group. And as a managing partner, I'm responsible for leading 7 sales reps known as client partners. Those client partners are responsible for 90 accounts that generate roughly $80 million in revenue annually. My responsibility is obviously to hire them, to coach them, to help motivate them, but also to meet the performance objectives instilled by the company: increasing revenue, increasing our market share and market penetration, decreasing business downturn and churn, and also selling other connected services such as software as solution services as over-the-top revenue. And I also directly engage not only with my client partners, but the customers and clients themselves to understand their objectives and goals and help provide technology solutions to help meet them. And it's really a rewarding job to learn about how different companies navigate through their challenges and providing a solution that's meaningful to help them. How did I get here? Well, there's 2 really key components I would argue were beneficial to where I am in my career: education and experience. As it relates to education, I have a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Delaware. I also have a master's degree for business administration. Although not required, it definitely was very beneficial to meet where I am today. Also, my sales experience. I started at Verizon at a very early age while in college as a greeter in a retail store. And I worked in very different capacities across 18 years to ultimately get me here today. So when you look at the education that I got, as well as the different experience across multiple different business units and opportunities, I made you able to be in the position that I'm in today. If I were to think about courses that you could focus on in high school, STEM related. Definitely science, technology, engineering, mathematics related courses. But also you want to focus on the things that are not related to school. Your social skills, your presentation skills, and your time management. Combine your education with those skill sets, you're setting yourself up to be really successful in any industry. Now, in this COVID-19 world, obviously everybody's remote. You're learning remotely, perhaps you're even doing internships remotely. So what suggestions would I have for you to help navigate through this separation and this social distancing? Well, be disciplined, be intentional, be excellent about your time management, and make sure that you're carving out the appropriate time that you need to educate yourself and be really curious about what you're learning or even engaging in from an internship perspective. Don't be pigeonholed on what you're required to do. Get beyond that and do more research, read books, talk to people in different industries to help you navigate through what you're trying to accomplish. And create a routine at home so that you can feel like it's not just being stuck at home. Really think about taking meaningful breaks so that your brain is not on overload as well. That'll really help you navigate through this remote situation. One of the things we at Verizon had to adjust to on COVID-19 is we have 100,000 employees, and many of which never had the ability to work from home ever. In fact, in the business channel, we had 4 call centers that never had the capability from working from home. We uplifted all of them, and now they're working from home. So we had to think about what connectivity and equipment do we give them, and how do we engage so we can bridge that gap of being face-to-face and now being virtual. And obviously, different solutions like Zoom and WebEx and BlueJeans allow us to break that ice so that we can have meaningful engagement with our employees and our clients as well. But we also need to make sure that we're protecting ourselves from security perspective. Now people are working from home. How do we secure that connectivity so that bad guys are not hacking and providing malware and malicious applications. And so focusing on security is a huge, huge component, not only internally, but externally with Verizon as well. And then also we're utilizing social media to communicate with each other and the world. Our CEO every single day at noon Eastern gets on Twitter and gives us an update on how we're dealing with COVID-19 and different dynamic things that we're doing as a company. So these are different strategies on how we're engaging with each other, collaborating with our clients and our partnerships, and even at the leadership level, engaging through social media. Really interesting times. But times are going to continue to change, especially as the industry and time goes on. Technology doesn't stop, it accelerates. So when I think about what technology looks like, especially in the Verizon world over the next 5 to 10 years, I think about how humans will now interact with machines in a completely different way. I think about robotic surgeries. I think about autonomous vehicles, immersive sports events where you have virtual and augmented reality to give you information and viewpoints that you've never had before. Artificial intelligence where machines are educating you a little bit more about what you want and need and desire. These are all the different things that a 5G, which is the 5th generation of technology connectivity through wireless, is going to provide. It's going to be really, really exciting, so buckle up. Now, as you're navigating through your career, there are going to be times where you're discouraged, where you bump your head, where you doubt yourself. I'm highly guilty of that. It's natural. It's a highly competitive space, both externally with your competitors that you're working against and internally. It's very competitive. Self-doubt and discouragement typically happens when you compare yourself to others. What I would encourage you to do is be inspired by others, but not defined by others. Be your true self. Understand and focus what you bring to the table. Be creative, be curious, be different. And don't be afraid to stretch your bubble beyond what you think your capabilities are. And if you bump your head and fail, it's a good thing, because it means you're trying harder than you need to. So continue to just focus and don't be afraid to fail. The last thing I will say is the most important trait that you can have to be successful in your career, and I would argue life, is a strong, healthy, emotional intelligence. Notice I didn't say IQ or book intelligence. Now that's extremely important. Education is extremely important. But emotional intelligence takes it to a different level because as humans, that's how we interact with each other. It's how we engage with each other. And so emotional intelligence, broken down, is the ability to recognize and understand the emotions of yourself and others, and then use your ability to have awareness and manage those relationships and behaviors based on your knowledge of emotional intelligence. Statistics don't lie. Emotional intelligence accounts for 58% of performance in all types of jobs. Even better still, 90% of high performers had a high emotional intelligence rating, while 20% of low performers had a high emotional intelligence rating. So I would argue that emotional intelligence is the single biggest predictor of performance in the workplace and the strongest driver of leadership and personal excellence. And it's really broken into 4 categories: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. If you really focus on those things, and by the way, emotional intelligence is the only intelligence that you can increase. IQ is what you're born with. So educate yourself, be curious, don't be afraid to fail, but most importantly, focus on how your engagement with others and how you know yourself is really important. Focus on your emotional intelligence. Be safe out there and be intentional, and you'll be great.